evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian Way. Hope you are all well. My name is Martin. As you know, I'm your host, joined by Ozzy, who's got the guns out today for some weird reason. Sun's out, guns out.
That's the rule.
Yeah, you're meant to have guns, though.
I have. What's your excuse?
Yeah. Have you seen me lifting a spoon to my mouth? Dash, good evening, mate. Yes, everyone, hope you are well. Smash those likes, pay your rent. Looks like Martin has got some transfer news. Boy, yo. I know nothing.
ITK's in the house. ITK.
I know nothing.
Behave.
What day did I say Savio was signing? What day did I say the announcement was coming? It's like I just pull it out my ass. I have a feeling that we discussed it. Dash, we made touch. When I'm not going into it fully because City haven't even released anything, so I don't want to put the channel or anything in. I always say allegedly on things because I'm just not going down that road for the channel's sake. It's not worth it. It's too much. But when you've got Argentinian vice presidents coming out with silly statements, it's just not worth the hassle that might come back the other way. And there's no full-on proof that he was involved. So we'll see. So I'm going to try and keep off that. We can talk about Alvarez maybe going in and out. Because like I said, the show is about in and out, shake it all about, especially this week. Because Ederson's staying, Ederson's a going. Ederson is a staying, Ederson is a going. Same with Alvarez. Same with everyone at the moment. On transfers, just think that as time passes on, the fast base will be concerned. I think the fan base will be really concerned. Listen, the fan base got gas today over a player we knew was coming 6 months ago. Me and Ozzy were talking off air and we were like, it's not a surprise where this guy came in from. It was not a surprise. It wasn't like a shock signing.
Talking about mine. I have no idea.
Let's not. This has become docu version 2. He's going to get 50 GA. He'll be starting every game. It's like, oh, just bollocks to Bernardo Silva. Then all of a sudden he's gone. Bernardo's out the door now.
He's based on Silva for me. He's too old now.
Everyone's going back to 17, 18 again. It does make me laugh because fans flip-flop so much, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Tom, thank you for being a member for 7 months. You are a legend, sir. Thank you so much. Lee Gates has become a YouTube member. Thank you so much for your kind generosity, mate. And then Chrome Abyss doubles down on his membership for the 4th month. Thank you so much, Chrome Abyss. MCFC, every show now, he's throwing in the old super chats. And honestly, mate, it is really appreciated.
Yeah.
It really is. Good evening, Martin. I hope you had a nice holiday on Friday. Let's hope there's one more Brazilian arriving this summer.
Come on, ITK.
If I speak, I get bollocks. Simo Sops has gifted 5 Mancunian Way memberships. Thank you, mate. You are a superstar. So generous. Listen, I've always said I'm not the ITK. The person I speak to is. The person I speak to should get all the credit, not me. I don't want any credit. I don't do any of this for credit. Because sometimes I will say stuff that will be wrong. And I will get my ass kicked the other way. So, hey, I got Bellingham. I fell flat on my ass with Bellingham. And Ozzy knows exactly what it was like with Bellingham. If you think the Bruno shit was bad, you should have seen me with Bellingham. I was doubling down day by day on the Bellingham stuff.
Jesus.
60 mil, a lot more than that. We've made 2.5 million off Muric this week. We're going to make money off another sale. That's what I mean. City make money 5 years after we've sold a player. It's quite fun, actually. Hello, Connor. How are you? Lee Gates. As we know, John Rowland. You forgot Stones and Walker. True. What position do you think Savio will play? We're going to start with the Savio once I've got through the hellos. We will get to the man in demand in a moment. I promise you. Adam throwing up there. Chromabis right wing probably. It probably will be. Good evening, everyone. Steve Black is with us. Adam saying get them likes up. DC, hello from Manchester. DC's in Manchester. Told you, me and DC are swapping for the next 3 weeks. Come on, get them subs up. Hi, DC. Everyone's loving a bit of DC at the moment. Peter Grest is in the building. Have a great time in the US. Oh, I will. Oh, I'm gonna. Don't you worry.
He will not get off those sources.
Hello, everyone. Please smash that like button and pay your rent. Good. Welcome, Savio. Yeah, we've got to call him Savio now, apparently, as well. AK, yes, people. Savio. Luke is in the building. Good evening, Luke. How are you, mate? Good evening, everyone. Smash those likes. Get over to City Luke TV as well. He's even doing a great competition, giving away 2 Community Shield tickets. We was going to do it, but I'm giving mine away to other family members. Hello, MCFR TV. Again, get over there and give it a lot of love. Enjoying the intro? You better do, because it's disappearing in 3 weeks. The channel's getting revamped again in 3 weeks.
Wow.
I have a meeting this evening to discuss it all.
I didn't get the MO about that.
Yeah, it's not with you. It's with the people who do the intros and the. Do you think I do it all?
Well, we know you don't do it all, but I mean,
I don't have the time to sit and do all them graphics and everything else. Jesus.
We'll talk about this later. I'm a bit upset with you.
You know, you
do
got the bloody.
Do you see what?
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 Hang on, I've got messages here. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, I've got Alan like DMing me as we're going along. Oh no, I've got so. Why have I got a gift of a Brazilian flag?
Why not? Got to love the Brazilian flag.
Listen, Ozzy and Rich and Pat do have to sign off on this. It's not just me thing. I do send it to them, and then I get messages of why is my face not in the intro enough?
But it's not.
True story, ladies and gents. True story, that one. Honestly, from Mr. Him there.
Hey. It wasn't. Let's be fair. You covered my face in the first promo.
Honestly, we had to rejig it because Ozzy's face wasn't enough in the intro.
Who doesn't want to see the pretty face? I ask you.
I'm awake for another show, Martin. Hey, listen, this is proper authentic. This intro is proper authentic. Hey, listen, it's why we start with a laugh and a giggle, because we like to have a laugh and a giggle here. Rodri backup, not replacement. There is no backup. Can we stop the backup stuff? Transfers done for the summer. Not as far as City are concerned, they're not. Let's go. Everyone loving this. Savio, good signing. Look at Ozzy. Shirtless Martin on the beach in Florida. Kind of got to be, Anna. 98%. Bloody, I tell you. Just can't walk around SeaWorld topless. They'll chuck me back in with the killer whales. 98%. Maybe that's changed. Between City and the Spurs, has Rodri been not disintegrated? He's the Terminator. That's why, DC. Simo Sims, thank you. Honestly, big thank you for the 5 gifted subs, mate. You are welcome, Savio. Let's get into it, and I'm going to bring up everyone as we're going. There's loads of comments. Over 100 of you in already. You're all legends. Right. This man is in the building. He's here. Savio has signed. Savio has arrived. Not that it's a shock. But yeah, Manchester City have delighted to announce the signing of Brazilian winger Savio from Troy on a 5-year deal until 2029. He's 20 years of age. He had an outstanding campaign for Girona last season. He scored 11 goals, contributed 10 assists at the Catalonian club, which did finish third behind Real Madrid and Barcelona, as we know. He got his debut in March for Brazil against England in a 1-0 victory at Wembley, as we know. He says, I'm so happy to be joining Manchester City, Premier League champions and the Club World Cup winners. Everyone knows they are the best team in the world right now, so to be here is very exciting for me. I'm excited about the chance to work under Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest coaches ever, and someone I know will help me improve even more. I had an amazing time in Spain, and I'm looking forward to a new challenge playing in the Premier League and alongside some of the best players in the world. I cannot wait to meet the fans. I can't wait to meet the fans and my new teammates, and we'll be part of bringing more success to City. Sorry, I'm getting breaking news as we're going along.
This is
sorry,
ITK.
That's just completely threw me. I'm getting messages as we're going. Savio, I've got a reply.
Is it Alan?
No, you know it is.
Oh, all right. Should know.
Why do you think I'm smiling? Yes, from the ITK. I'm not the ITK. At least somebody's got it now. Somebody's got it. And Ozzy even knows who it is as well. So don't know why Ozzy's like.
Because I like winding you up. It's fun.
Right. You've totally chucked me now.
Anytime you like, Martin, we've got all night.
Do you know what? We've got a sponsor as well for next season. They'll be chucking that contract down the window. What you've achieved at Girona was remarkable. This is some cheeky Bergenstein. I have butchered that name. I do apologise. Pat will kill me for that. DC's laughing her head off right now. Savio is a very exciting player, and I think City fans are really going to enjoy watching him. We are totally confident in his ability. He's still a young kid. He's still young and has the potential to go even better. And everyone knows that Pep is the best at helping players develop even further. But he's already shown huge quality, technical ability, and an exciting addition to our attacking area. He has said that he prefers to play on the right wing. So, Ozzy, while I'm getting everyone in, give me your thoughts of this shock signing.
Out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Left field.
Yeah, this proper came out of left field, this, didn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Not even you, Martin, the ITK knew about this one. You know what I mean? Seriously. You let us down.
Why did nobody know about Savio coming in?
Do you know what I mean? We're part of the City football group, Martin. You think you'd have known a little bit more. Let us down.
So I get me on back, Luke.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the signing. I mean, for a while, you know, it was kind of, even though we knew he was signing, there was still the very much he was expected to go back out on loan, back to Girona more than likely, or City would potentially sign him but then sell him. And I'm so glad they haven't, because, you know, he is someone that excites me. You know, just to kind of talk about his abilities of last season in La Liga, you know, he was one of the best players, outstanding players for La Liga, to the point of where Real Madrid really were looking at trying to bring him in for them. And, you know, what is exciting me as well is that you kind of picked up and said it earlier on, Martin, you know, it does take us back to the days of Raheem Sterling and Sane. You know, because we've got Doku, we've got now Savio, and I just think with Haaland up front, I mean, the thing that I kind of like as well is that, you know, you look at Girona and they had a big centre forward. So Savio's used to playing in that kind of having to just dink it up and get those crosses into the box. So, I mean, he's just going to, wow. I mean, you know, it speaks for himself. I mean, I think it was he creates a goal every other game. I think that was a stat that's come out about him. So, yeah, I mean, as much as I know Martin probably won't like us going back to, you know, the Sane and Raheem Sterling days, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I think it's something new in some respects, even though it's something old, but it's completely three new, you know, forward dynamics that we're going to have in the likes of Doku, you know, Savio and Haaland. I mean, what can you not get excited about that? I know there's going to be
6 million as well, by the way.
You what, sorry?
36 million. Well, a bit less with add-ons. The add-ons take it 36.
Exactly. Another great deal that City have got through as well. And I just think people will talk, about the likes of Bernardo and Grealish. Bernardo, for me, has been a fantastic player. Last season,
I thought he was coming at some point. I've said Bernardo's slander was on its way.
No, but this is true. And I think most people agree with what I'm about to say, is that I still want him to stay, but he's not getting any younger. He's going to be reduced in some respects. But again, he's one of Pep's favourite players. And the same with Grealish. For me, Grealish has shown that he is serious about getting his position back in the 11 because he's come back early, he's training hard. You can see the determination from Jack, to say, I'm going to work my absolute off, to show everyone that I still deserve that starting place in the 11. And for me, someone like Jack, he could be moved into the middle. So I'm looking forward to the season. I think one of the things as well is that, I saw the interview that he did, and he was talking about, one of his favourite City players has been Mahrez, taking the number 26 shirt. I didn't see that coming. Do you know what I mean? For a Brazilian player to say one of his favourite City players is Mahrez. Mahrez was very much a divided character. Either you loved him or hated him, really, for a City fan. And I just think that's quite a left field to say, really, that one of his, idols has been Mahrez, and that's why he took the number 26 shirt. He's not a Mahrez. He's not a Mahrez, though, is he? He's not, a duplicate copy of Mahrez. He's a proper winger, fast take on.
Oh, he's complete opposite to Mahrez, and I think that's as much. Listen, I'll get into it. I just need to read this, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm going to sour the mood. I'm going to throw the sewage into the water. MCFC, we appreciate you, man. No matter what, ignore the idiots. Say whatever you have in my opinion. These guys don't know transfers can change every second. Yeah, I always said that. I'm going to say that's positive for Guimaraes. Right. Well, I'll land you what I've just been told, or what I've literally just been messaged. Let's just say João Neves is over. The interest is gone. That one's dead. Kimmich is over. People won't like to hear that. Kimmich is over.
How long have I been saying that, Martin?
Kimmich is over. Neves' interest is over. All I then got was, why? And we'll leave that there. I will leave that there. I have got another message that I'm not going to read out because it won't go down well with a certain fan base, so I won't do that part. I'll share it with Ozzy in a bit, and he'll know what I mean. In fact,
a good idea already.
I'm just going to share it now with our group. Where is it? I'm going to share it in our group now. It's quite funny. Let me just forward it in our group. Right, and Ozzy will read that now, so he will now get where that's come from. I'm not reading that out because I'm not starting World War III in a stream. I'm not a tight ass, but Cade's on the money. There is one guy they want. Bruno Guimaraes is the priority. That's all I'll say. Does that mean we are signing him? No. Does that mean the deal will get done? No. What I'm saying is that they're going after Bruno. Bruno is the priority. Bruno has always been the priority. I spoke to a couple of people last night who get info off different people. And there's now 3 different people have all been said the exact same thing. And when 3 and 4 people are saying it, is Bruno is the guy they want. Or more importantly, Bruno is the guy Pep wants.
Which possibly will mean, if they're not looking at someone like Julian Neves, because I think the board were more kind of leaning towards him, let's be honest, because young, up-and-coming player, you know. So I think, you know, with the signing of the, you know, them looking at trying to sign, you know, Bruno, does it lead into Pep extending? Do you know what I mean? Because I would be kind of looking at that as a big potential, because you're not just gonna, you know, Pep's not just gonna sign a player that he wants for a year. You know, Bruno he's still, what is he, 26 still? 27 this coming year?
He's on holiday at the moment. He's not gone to the Adidas camp. As a lot of ours, they're all on holiday at the moment, so we'll see. We've known this for a while, not breaking news, but what I'm saying is, Ipsos, with due respect, everyone's talked about Neves and Kimmich as backup. That's done with. Move on from that.
Well, the thing is, for me, I've been saying this for months, that Kimmich never made sense, because Kimmich is going to want, you know, a big wage. At his age, it's not a City deal. Do you know what I mean? It's not a player that City would be looking to bring in for that kind of wage, for that how old he was. You know, if he was coming on a free, maybe. But because they're also going to have to stump up a transfer fee, I never saw it happening. And I've said that for months. And as much as I know you and Pat wanted him, and, you know, yeah, I could see the potential of bringing him in, but not for those reasons.
I just want to come back to the Savio before we move on into this. Matt, listen, unlike that, I don't care how we play next season. I'm past all that. We've won 4 in a row. Next season, for me as a fan, I'm just going to enjoy next season. We win the league, we don't. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to have a season where I sit back and I enjoy it. I don't care how they play. I'm not going to get caught up in all the politics of who's playing where, because I think a lot of players are going to move around next season anyway. I don't think KDB will be a straight 10. Don't think Jack Grealish should be a straight left winger anymore. I think Bernardo Silva will not be a right winger anymore. I think people are going to move around. I think you're going to see more versatility than you may have even seen before. Because there's got to be. Because here's my issue with the Savio thing. And Powder Oaks has made a great point earlier on. I was just trying to look for the comment. Should have started. My apologies, Powder. Is where does this leave Oscar Bobb?
Yeah, it's a good question. But again, if you look at this at the cold, hard light of day, it's at the end of the day, it's what City need. We need players, and we need players who are hungry and want to fight for their positions. And as much as we all love Oscar Bobb and think he's done, you know, really well, you know, especially last season, it's another season. It's a new season. You know, it starts again. You know, there's no, just because you played really well last season, and this goes for the likes of Doku. You know, Doku was on fire towards the end of the season, but do you think Pep is thinking, yeah, you're definitely nailed on? For me, no player, apart from probably the big hitters like, you know, Ederson, Haaland, KDB, and Rodri. Apart from that, you know, I wouldn't say any other player is definitely nailed on at the start.
I was going to say, Lothar Matthäus is not young, Alf. He's not young. I understand people. My issue is though, I would hate to see Oscar Bobb lose a place and lose his opportunity, and then we have to sell on again. because these opportunities are not there. Jack Grealish, you just mentioned there. Pep made a statement. He expects a big. He's going to need Jack next season. That's what Pep said. Those were Pep's quotes. I'm going to need you. Get fit, get ready. And if you notice, he was given sort of the back end of the last season off to go. He's come back early. He looks fit. He looks ready. He looks, to me,
hungry.
Someone made a great analogy. I looked at Leroy Sané, and Leroy Sané sort of had that so-so season, if you remember. He had a great season, then he had a bit of a so-so season. And remember, he had a sulk. The season after, he sort of sulked. So when he was in and out of the team, he didn't come back with a, right, I'm going to prove you wrong. Here we go. He came back and sulked. He got his ACL, sadly, and he got that big injury, and he was negotiating out the door. But at least Jack's come back with a vigorous, I'm going to prove you wrong. And that's what I like. So step one's done. The hands are now in Jack's, the ball's now in Jack's court. Jack's got to prove it now on the pitch. And if he doesn't prove it, I don't think he'll get another chance. I do think next season he has got to prove it. The same way. But what I do like about Savio is I think we're going to, this idea of playing Savio and Doku for 38 games of the Premier League ain't happening. I think you'll see a Doku and a Savio in some games, and in other games, I think you'll see the Grealish and the Bernardo. In other games, I think you'll see Gavardio.
And I think there'll be points where you'll see
missed out in all that.
Well, you know, again, I think you'll see Oscar Bobb, and he'll be given his chances, but he's just got to take them. Do you know what I mean? Because as much as like, yes, Savio is the new player coming in, and he's the shiny new toy, he's still got to prove himself. We know with most City players coming into this City side, most do not come in, hit the ground running in their first season. Do you know what I mean? The amount of times we've talked about this. So just because he is looking good, he's the new signing, he's new, he's fresh, exciting, everyone's jumping on him like he's the new Messi, doesn't mean he's going to perform in his first season.
No, and that's
what I mean. So
he's a young player, so let him develop. I mean, I'm not going to put any pressure on any players next year. They make it, they make it. They don't, they don't. Hi, Martin. And I was like, hello, Bella. How are you, mate?
No,
I mean, why would we still be for Bruno when it's because City didn't rate him at 100 million, mate? But here's the question. You're not believing everything that was said from the Newcastle media. The Newcastle media told everyone that Newcastle only needed to make under 10 million quid. They had to make nearly 60. Stop believing what the media tell you. Who has said that Newcastle would not sell for 80 million quid? Where's this come out and been said from? Newcastle roughly make, and this is rough estimations, according to Stefan Borston and Swiss Ramble, Newcastle roughly make about 250 mil commercially. They've got 150 mil roughly on wages, meaning they've got about roughly just over 100 mil on transfers, plus wages, plus agent fees on their PSR.
They've got to balance the books.
So here's a question. How do they bump up their transfer spending? This is my point. Everyone's just believed it was under a million or go away. When's that ever been said? This is people live in this dream world. Like Amanda Staveley was the saviour of Newcastle. She was a Newcastle fan and she was off and she was never going to be done again. She's in the middle of trying to broker a deal for Tottenham Hotspur. It took her 3 days to go to another club. This is business, ladies and gents. Can we come out of this thing of everyone's in love with the clubs there? It's a job. It's business. That's it.
Do you know what? Because obviously looking at the release clause, and City are known as release clause FC. Thanks, mate. It does mean that City are going to have to enter a negotiation with Newcastle. Now they're going to want close to as 100 million as they can possibly get, and I think City are going to have to kind of get close to that 100 million. I'm not saying it's going to be 100 million, but I think if they came in, I think let's just say for argument's sake, Newcastle say it's 90 or nothing. If that's what it has to be, then City will either have to kind of stump up or walk away. There is no release clause now. So City have to make a decision. Newcastle have to make a decision. What is the lowest they're willing to sell the player at? Because every player, regardless of they've got a release clause, every player has a price tag. Every player, no matter who they are, if another club comes in and goes, we'll give you so and so much, and it's a ridiculous figure that the club can't turn down for the reasons you stated, Martin, when it comes to FFP and what they want to do in the transfer market. Money talks.
No, listen, I hope Bobb does stay and fight for his minutes. I agree. I hope he does. But it's when you get the minutes. Is Oscar Bobb happy with just the Carabao Cup? This is the road. Pep made this comment a year ago when he signed his extension. He went, is Bobb happy? He went, Bobb he's really happy. Ask me again in 12 months if he's happy. Things change in football. Mahrez was number one at one point. It's not about losing. It's not. Listen, City will have a price that they offer to Newcastle. Again, I've never said this deal is done. The deal is we will make the offer to Newcastle from what I believe. I think we will. I always say reportedly. But it's then up to Newcastle to accept that offer. City are very clever at what they do. City will offer different things. How do we know City ain't going to offer Mateus Nunes to Newcastle? Or Calvin Phillips to Newcastle? There are other ways as well. Everyone said, I got told for months, we got told by RB Leipzig's president that Gavardio was going to be the most expensive defender on the planet if he moved. He had to be above 80 million or he wasn't moving. How much did Cheeky get him for? 77 million. We pay what we want to pay, not what we're told to pay. Or we walk away. City have got enough cover that they think to move people around.
I mean, we all are very passionate and we all think Rodri needs that backup. Rodri, we've said it so many times as fans that we feel that he needs to have that backup. So if he does need a rest, for a game, or he needs that, he plays for 60 minutes and then, whoever we bring in comes on the pitch. But that's just our point as fans, do you know what I mean? Realistically, it's what the club and Pep think they're going to do, because ultimately they're not going to listen to us. If Pep thinks, sod it, I'm just going to rotate, I'm going to, put Grealish into CDM, that's something that Pep does. We've seen him do so many times, do something left field because he believes in himself so much.
The thing is, fans have got to realise people sell. Do you think Liverpool wanted to sell Coutinho? Do you think Aston Villa wanted to sell Grealish? Do you think we wanted to sell Mahrez and Palmer? Players are sold. That's football. I understand some Newcastle fans have gone into this thing of we're not selling anybody. Well, yeah, right. So you sell 4 of your lesser players for 10, 15 million. So if you allow 4 players, this is how PSR works. No one's understanding PSR properly. This is the problem. You allow 4 players go at 10, 15 million. That's what? 60 million in? So you got 60 million in the books. Great. But you've let 4 players go to bring in 1. Your squad just reduces and reduces at that point. You can't sell 4 to bring 1. This is the problem. You've got to think about it. what you want is like Liverpool had. Liverpool sold Coutinho for 150 million and bought 4 players by selling 1. They did the opposite. They bought 4 top players by selling 1 top player. Villa did the same. They sold Grealish out and they brought in Diaby and they went on their spend. And they've just had to sell Douglas Luiz and brought in Onana. And some people will say Onana's lesser quality than Douglas Luiz. That's just football. It is the same. It doesn't matter just because this, that, and the other. That's PSR now. This is why we all said it was shit. You've got to balance books. It's not great. It's not good. But if you want to spend big, you've got to bring in big.
And over the last few years, City have been the masters at this. I mean, if you think about the amount of players that we've sold over the last few, windows that have brought in great bits of money, and yet we still have the money from other revenue that we've barely touched, and that doesn't even include the prize money that we've won. Do you know what I mean? The amount of money that we've probably got in the bank that we've not touched to bring in players because we're doing some fantastic deals to bring in some players. I just think, what more could you want? City are the best run club in the world right now, because they're doing it so well that when it comes to dropping big sums of money, they don't even have to think about it, because if the player they want, they can do it. Evening, Alan.
A paid subscriber. Good evening, Alan. You don't need to be a paid one, mate. If you want to be a member, you hit the $sign. That's why you become a member, mate.
Morning. How are you guys?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay. I did watch. I was laying in bed last night. A YouTube video of Bayern Munich and what Vincent's doing over there, and they're going on a massive spending spree, but they're also getting rid of 4 or 5 players. So it's a similar sort of thing, and one of those spending players that they're looking at is Jack Grealish at Bayern Munich, and they're anticipating that they will put an offer in for him. So,
sorry, John Rowland, you said you're a Newcastle fan, but you've got a City shirt on your profile page. What? Like you put it, Bruno not for sale unless big money 120. Where have you heard 120? And don't tell me Newcastle media.
all papers just make shit up, don't they? Just to clickbait. It's just crap. Honestly, if you believe the papers,
I'm going to say this again for the Newcastle fans. I'm not saying Newcastle will sell. I'm telling you, City have a major interest and will try will more than likely make a bid. Then it's supposing Newcastle's caught. But it's this thing of our players aren't going for 200-300 million job. It's pie in the sky stuff.
Yeah. It's and clubs won't pay that kind of money anyway, so they haven't got it. They haven't got that kind of cash.
We've had loads of new members. Louis, thank you for you for 6 months. Mark for the 5 months. Legend 4P again for the 5th month. And MCFC has found how you become a subscriber, a member button, and has become a brand new member. You are a legend, sir. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed tonight, even in the chat and just with your comments. The chat rate tonight is huge. Thank you so much to all. Alan, Savio's in. How do you feel, mate? It's done.
Well, it was done about 6 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Mark, Alan, you can believe it now. Do you know what I mean? You never believe anything until they're holding up the shirt.
You really believe it when they're holding the shirt up. Well, he's holding the shirt up now.
Well, that's good. That's good news. We've got one person through the door, which is good news. I'll be honest with you.
A little bit more excited than that, Alan.
I've only ever seen him on YouTube, so we'll see if he's any good.
Yeah, but it was Stephen John Rowland who said Newcastle might have to sell someone if they want to go on a big spending spree. put that on Twitter 2 days ago.
Alan, we need you to be far more excited than you're being right now, mate. I mean, this is the first.
Well, I'm excited, but I just want to see him playing in the City shirt. I'd say he's any good or not. We got Nunez last year, and look how he turned out. By the shit, and hopefully he'll turn that. Hopefully he'll turn that around. And if he gets
Nunez turn things around.
Well, when Martin's over in America, hopefully we get that the Yorkshireman. Look at this. He's getting Sheffield United now, isn't he? All excited, isn't he? Yeah. He's going to Disneyland to see Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse.
I'm going to Universal. Never said I'm going to Disneyland.
Well, same thing to me. So yeah. So you'll have a good time, but hopefully we'll do all right. It'd be good to see some of the kids out there and see how they do as well.
No, because apparently they've all got that virus that we had 2-3 years ago. So apparently half of them have got that virus now. So I don't know who's playing anymore. Did you not hear that?
No, I've been asleep all night. I've not really followed.
Half the squad have got COVID, so I don't know who's going out anymore.
Oh Jesus Christ! Have they? Oh my God!
I'm taking my boots. I might get a game at this rate.
Well, I hope you do, Martin. And I'll tell you what, I will tune in if that's coming on. Hey,
definitely. Savio, you're gonna get Martin running down the wing. Come on!
Yeah, Jesus, can you imagine that?
Gundogan comes near me.
Hey, I tell you what, I guarantee you a lot will be tuning in to watch that just for a laugh. Hey?
Yes, it would be a laugh. I tell you, the bloody disability agencies will be tuning in. How's he running down that wing? I'll be going off on a stretcher after 30 seconds.
Jesus God.
So I don't know. No, Gavardio was 77 million plus a friendly. A friendly. I don't remember playing this friendly, but we got a friendly out of it as well. So it's a mad one, really. No, but I mean, the thing is, City have got so many options because we have got. I mean, think you got Calvin Phillips, Jack, McAtee, and Bob are all going to be given opportunities to improve in pre-season. I don't think we're going to move for a Cam or a number 8. We've got Doku and Darla, Bob, Savio, Bob, McAtee, who can all play on the wing. Because I do know there are big, what's the word? Big expectations on that Ndala lad. Pep really does like him.
Really?
He really does like Jacob Wright. He likes Sissoko.
There's a few of the good young players that hopefully we can sell for more than 40 million apiece because they're not going to get in our first team, are they?
Yeah, 45 minutes and we've got the 115 charges in. That's nice to know.
Don't get me started on them, please.
Big up, Danny. Was it you who messaged me earlier, Danny, on Twitter? You DM me, or was it a different Danny? I don't know, because I've had a couple of Dannys message me, so I'd just like to know who it was. Right, so we've got Savio, we've done the Bruno. Let's talk about something else. Obviously, Ederson's now staying, because Al Nassr went and bought Bino, Becco, whatever his
Oh, did he? Ah, right, okay.
They went and got someone for 19 million or whatever it was.
So he put his back in his cutters again now.
So where are you at? Ozzy, not spoke to you, spoke with Alan, and we know Alan thinks Ederson's a baby. I've given my thoughts on the Ederson stuff. Where are you at with Ederson? Are you just, we get on with it now?
Yeah.
He comes in, everything's fine?
Yeah, I mean, players are, a lot of them are prima donnas, and I think with someone, as being a goalkeeper, he wants to know that he is the number one. He's been the number one for a number of years. He wants to be valued. I think, when Ortega came in, or just before Ortega came in, we were all saying that he needed someone, a true backup that would give him a bit of a kick in the pants, really, because he's number one position was just too safe, you know. And there were times where, you know, he was lucky that he wasn't dropped, but he wasn't dropped because there was no one to replace him. As in the goalkeepers that we had for number 2, apart from Scott Carson, because Scott Carson is God. But there wasn't really.
Just sound a bit rude there. I don't mean to interrupt while I've got this comment up. Nico Riley was one as well. They've got massive plans for.
Yeah.
He's another one. Thank you, Pardo, for that. Carry on, mate.
Yeah. So, well, I was talking about God, wasn't I?
Yeah, Scott Carson.
Yeah, I mean, he is. Let's be honest. You'll agree with this, Alan. I know you will. But yeah, I mean, so when Ortega, came in, we were hoping that he would challenge Ederson, and give him that kick up the arse that he needed, and I think he has. You look at the seasons that Ortega's been in, and especially last season where he was called in, when Ederson had those horrific injuries and everything. He came in and stepped up, and I think for the first time, Ederson realised that his position wasn't nailed on. Like if he didn't book up, he didn't train, as well as he should be doing, there was someone who could take his place. And I think with the whole Saudi thing, and I think with the whole, he's won everything at City now. He's, close to 30. That kind of money, you can understand why he was tempted. Do you know what I mean?
I will say this, Ozzy. I think his wages need to be increased anyway. I think he justifies at least 150,000 a week, not 100,000 a week, because there's been players bought in who are not at his level or more money, and I do justify he needs an increase. So his wages do need looking at. But on the same point, I 100% agree with you. And Ortega's coming and taking his chance. And let's face it, if it weren't for Ortega, we wouldn't have won the league with that at Tottenham that night, because of that. And he deserves an opportunity. And if he starts the season, Ortega, that's good. If he goes crying off down the tunnel like a little baby again, saying I want to move, well, fine, see you later. I don't want players like that. Fine, be angry and because you dropped, and fine, not be happy with yourself. Get on the training ground, prove yourself again, and come back fighting. And that's what he's got to do.
Yeah, but I think for the first time in a long time, regardless of before Ortega, if Ederson had been injured or wasn't available for some reason, we were genuinely just like, what are we going to do there, Ederson? Do you know what I mean? Between the sticks. But with Ortega, I think a lot of people were going to be upset if Ederson went, but I think for the first time we could go, all right, if he goes, it's not the best news, but we've got Ortega.
They were very relaxed on it. They were relaxed on it to the point where Ortega was going to be the number one if Ederson went out the door.
Yeah, and they would have looked at bringing either a really young keeper to, challenge and be the backup, or Scott Carson, the God, would have just stepped up and been number 2.
Yeah, don't you start like FIFA does with your Carson shit. Super Center, Doku and Savio in each wing.
I can't believe you just dissed Scott Carson. He is God.
Doku and Savio in each wing. What could possibly go wrong? The club shop will be selling branded ping pong balls next season.
Scott Carson is the only person I know who's on 20 grand a week to sit there and tell jokes.
Oi! He's been in more Champions League finals than you've ever seen at dinner.
He's at the club for telling jokes. That's all he's there for.
No, I'll tell you why he's there. Because of the homegrown quota.
Right.
Plus, so he's a god between the sticks.
Yeah.
Freaking what sticks does he see? If Ederson is pissed off, personally for me, and I said this the other night, I think it's only fair. I'm not saying I think Ederson should be our number one long term, but I think Ortega should be given the opportunity at the start of the season.
Absolutely agree. Totally. Totally agree.
It's my opinion. Like I said this the other night, I didn't like the fact that he agreed fees with another club and then decided, and that's fine. I know some will hate me for that. That's with me. I'm the same with every player. I've had a bit of not a major issue, but I've had a bit of an issue with Bernardo for 3 years over this exact same thing because he's kept saying, I possibly want to leave. You want to leave, go. It would be the same if frigging KDB did it. I don't care about the names.
He's still there. Bernardo is still there. This will be playing again.
No, my point is, Alan, I'm a Manchester City fan. Don't do this Player FC bollocks, Alan. You do Player FC, Alan.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't. No, you might think I do, but I don't.
Well, you hate our squad and you love Bernardo Silva. I've said to you.
I have never, ever heard him. Listen, I have never heard him verbally coming out of his mouth on the TV screen saying, I want to leave.
So why was Jack Grealish and Ruben Diaz bended knee? Alan, why were they on bended knee saying, don't go?
I don't know. But I've never heard him say it. I've no idea. I've no idea. But he's never come out and said it. The papers have, and let's face it, the papers are compulsive liars. And they are.
Alan, what you have is, I believe what I want to suit my agendas.
We can't afford to get rid of Bernardo.
Bernardo's not good. Alan, they've just signed Savio.
Well, maybe next year he can bugger off then, can he? But I'll tell you one thing: the first two players out the door next year are KDB and Kyle Walker because of their age.
Why? Because you said so.
Because, mate, their age. They're getting old. The legs are going.
This is the man, ladies and gentlemen, who wants to keep Gundogan.
I did. For one more season.
You said
and Kyle Walker, he's 34. He's 34. Going on 35.
I actually remember.
And I saw his performance playing for England. Oh my God!
So why did you want to give Gundogan a 3-year deal, but KDB going out to pasture?
Right. So you're going to keep KDB to his 40, are you?
KDB is a far greater player than Ilkay Gundogan would ever be.
I'm not debating that. But his age is 30. He's 34 now.
Who is 34?
It's going to be in here. We need to do something about it. We need to do something about it.
And we will, Alan. But why are you panicking down the road?
I'm not panicking. Don't start ringing me up. So is this stream? Listen, I told you, no, yeah.
Right. Kevin De Bruyne is 33.
Yeah, he's not going on 34.
Gundogan was 32 anyway.
Yeah.
You wanted to give Gundogan a 3-year deal.
No, I wanted to give him a 2-year deal.
No, how many years did Alan want to give him?
He wanted to give him 3 because apparently that's what he was after.
Thank you.
You were saying, Alan, give him what he wants. I wanted to stay at the club. So that's saying you wanted to give him a 3-year deal.
I wanted to give him 2 years and 1 year other coaching badges, and you can be a coach.
See what I mean? But KDB's going out that like old yellow. One of the greatest, if not something, the greatest ever.
I'm not that, mate. There's no debate that he's probably one of the greatest players we've ever had. But he's 33.
And could someone explain to him what we're saying is? He's not getting it, is he? He doesn't understand our point.
Alan,
yes,
KDB
mate.
had half the season off. And what were those numbers?
He's still 33, mate.
There's no news on the ATP case.
No one will ever know what happens there because you have to sign NDAs and shit.
Hey, Papa is in the building. Good evening, mate. No, Alan, I understand. This is my point. I was said I'm a Manchester City fan. I don't do this Player FC. Some fans do, and I get it. I get it because that's the way football is now. It started with the Ronaldo Messi stuff. Ronaldo Messi started all this Player FC bollocks because you were Camp Messi or Camp Ronaldo and you had to stay in one of the camps. It's like there's fans, Alan, they come to the Etihad and they're just there for Haaland.
Oh, no, they're not.
Haaland then goes to Real Madrid, they'll go and watch him at Real Madrid. I get it. That's modern day football now.
I agree. They want to see Haaland, but it fills our empty seats, doesn't it? So,
But the empty seat that you have,
well, yeah, the empty seat. Well, my cousin sits in it, so.
but you don't.
Oh,
Alan Ortega made a really important save last year, and he's made lots of important saves over the years. Yeah, no, he did. Listen, Pardo, I've just said, I think I've always said it, and I'll stand by this. We've got the best 2 goalies in this league. And I stand by that. Ortega would be number 1 in any other team in this league.
I agree. We've got the best 2 keepers in Ortega and Carson.
By the way, we've had some amazing MCFC's become a member tonight, and then has doubled down and gifted out 5 memberships. MCFC, thank you so much. Have you changed your profile picture while you're live?
Who?
Changed his profile picture to Savio already.
I tell you what. That's
a man. That's a man who's got.
Bring that picture up again. Bring that picture up again, please.
Like that.
Bring that picture up again.
Which picture?
Of Savio. I see he's got Prince Charles ears. Look at the state of his ears. He's like that way.
Okay.
Right. You're right, Alan.
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I've already just got out of bed. Because Martin said he wasn't having a show today. Like, this is the beginning of the week. But there we go.
Hang on. When did
Thursday, Alan.
Ozzy, when did you get? This is what I mean. Alan lives in another world.
Yeah, I do. I'm in Australia.
Alan, shut up. I'm going to be a bit rude because you're not listening tonight.
Yeah.
Ozzy, I sent this email out how many days ago? They'll say in the chat the show's been set up for 3 days.
I know.
Yeah. And Alan, we had the email, Alan.
But apparently we weren't having a show now.
I know. Well, I just thought we weren't the way we were talking last week. Because you were going on your holidays.
What's with the Scouse? What the hell's going? Alan, are you on drugs tonight?
Hey? Sorry, mate. He hates me doing that. He hates me doing that, doesn't he? I'm all right. I'm okay.
Should we swiftly move on?
Is anyone on? Because I'll tell you what, Alan is signing for you and your channels. We will pay you to take Alan off us.
Who's this?
Anybody, Alan.
Alan, they want you in Newcastle, mate. Is there any news on Alvarez or Walker? No, there is no update on Alvarez at all. No update on Walker. I don't even know if there will be an update on Walker. Walker's got enough on his plate right now. He came back from the went straight.
He might
Alan,
need to go.
Alan, a laugh is a laugh, but come on. Go and take your pills and laugh.
What's the last piece of news about Alvarez that Atletico Madrid were sniffing?
If Atletico Madrid come in and go 80 million, and we're not going to talk about what was happened this week off the field, because I've said it earlier, and I'm not putting the channel into a difficult situation. Because that's all allegations. I'm not doing it. But here's my point. Let's look at it from a purely footballing point of view. If Manchester City, if Atletico Madrid come in and go 80 million quid for Julian Alvarez, are you taking it?
Yeah. I think he needs to play first team football. That's under 9.
Bang average. He didn't have his best season, but I don't think he was bang average.
Don't you start having a go at Bernardo.
I mean, Alvarez, he's definitely good enough to be starting. No one can really deny that. I think when he's on form, I know there'd be people, suddenly saying, well, his form wasn't great last season, but he was being asked to play in midfield predominantly. But as a pure number 9, he's won everything. Do you know what I mean? And he is. I think if it hadn't have been, if we hadn't have got Haaland, I think most of us would be kind of going, we've got the best striker in the world. Because I think if he was given the full-time spot, I just think he's a fantastic striker. And he does deserve it. You're right, Alan. He does deserve to be playing full-time football. And Martin, you said this, I think, beginning of last season, you were saying that
2 years ago, I said we were coming down this road.
Yeah, and I said you were right. I said it'll happen. I said it wouldn't happen, for the first 2 seasons, but eventually
it's happened quicker than I thought it would. I will put out it's happened quicker than I thought it. And by the way, these are still rumours. We don't fully know yet at the moment. We always say allegedly.
I was expecting next season, if I'm honest. I was expecting the end of next season that he would be probably looking for a move elsewhere. I think City would probably go, yeah, all right, we can understand that. So if we were to lose him, I would be gutted. I really would be, because I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's done so well for us. But again, I can understand why. I think it would have to be 80 plus for me, because he's on a decent contract. He's a decent player, and there aren't many decent strikers out there right now.
Well, that's why we have to up the price, because everyone knows there's a very shortage of number 9s, and so it's supply and demand, isn't it?
And I think if Atletico have proven in the past that they will spend big money on a player they want. I mean, they did it with Felix a few years ago. So I think if they really want a player, they'll spend the money. I'm slightly a bit surprised in some respects for him to go to Atletico, because I just think, do they really play the way it would suit him? But that's
He'll have to start learning how to punch and kick hard and fake injuries, because let's face it, that's what they do.
Well, you're not too far wrong, Alan, but I think just from a football point of view,
it's true.
I just think with the amount of shortness of number 9s out there, I'm just surprised there aren't more clubs, to be honest, looking at trying to take him from City.
It's a good point, Alan. Alan, this is why I tell you to calm down sometimes. There's a laugh, but Alan, you gotta come down a touch. Relax and enjoy it. Savio will turn into a cross in the box for the Viking and Alvarez. But the thing with Alvarez, listen, I love Alvarez. I think he's a cracking player. The problem is, we're back. I feel like it's Gabriel Jesus version 2 all over again.
Whoa! You can't say that.
No. I'm talking about. I don't mean I'm talking about the situation as that. He's got a Norwegian meat cleaver in front of him who has scored 90 goals or whatever it is in 2 seasons. He's number 2. But my argument back to that is, he kind of knew he was number 2 when he signed. Did he really think he was coming in ahead of Haaland? Did he think that? The trouble is, Pep's had a go at playing him on the wing. He's played him as a number 10. We don't play 2 strikers. Pep doesn't play 2 strikers. So
he has, but it hasn't worked.
From the rumours and the media stuff is, he's very close to his family. His family are over here with him, and they're at every game. And they apparently want to have a little bit of a Spanish lifestyle on a beach, bit of a good time. On the other side of the coin is they feel he should be playing week in, week out, which I understand. He starts for Argentina. But
they've not been to Wetherby, Alan.
Pardon?
Have they not been to Wetherby? That's lovely on the coast.
He's not going to be starting at City. That's just, I'm sorry, it's harsh, but he's not.
I don't listen. I fully understand.
What's happening about Jack and the old white? What? I don't know what you're talking about there, mate.
I'm surprised Barcelona aren't coming in for him, to be honest. I mean,
bloody hell.
I know, but I mean, just as a rumour, I'd love for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Danny Olmo stuff is done. That's finished with now.
Yeah, I fully understand why he's turned his head at Atletico Madrid. He needs to play as a number 9 somewhere. And I agree with him, to be honest with you. He's good enough for it. And he can go to Atleti Madrid, live in Spain, speak Spanish. His family can speak Spanish in Madrid. And if that's what it is, then so be it. But at the same point, we need to do the deals pretty much straight away to give us time to get a replacement. We don't want to be doing it in the last week.
Personally, I said there's only one way you do it. You go and get a Griezmann or a Dybala.
Just to answer that question, it's rhubarb lemonade. Really good.
Rhubarb lemonade, nice. Yeah. So look at your tattoos, pal. Just turn around. Can you see on your arms there? I never knew you had tattoos.
What? You didn't get those? You didn't get those private photos? I said, yeah.
No. No.
Haaland's bad season is 27 goals. That's more than Aguero's best while being injured mid-season and playing garbage for 4 weeks. Tells you. But Blue Hats, correct Aussie Wild Martin, we've not used our anywhere near as much as I said. But the thing is at Blue Hat, where does he play? We don't play two up top. Are we saying Haaland doesn't play then, Blue Hat? Haaland's number one.
As you said, Martin, as Alvarez knew when he came into City, he wasn't going to be the number one. There was no chance of him being the number one. He knew Haaland was ahead of him. That was known for quite a while. But and again, this situation was going to come up. It's come up sooner than we expected. But he is a fantastic player. It's not a surprise that other clubs want to sign him. It just now depends on if he really wants to go, and then if a club are going to come in for and bid a decent price. Otherwise, City will go, bye-bye. No, sorry, but.
By the way, Andrew, I've been told tonight João Neves is off the table, mate. So your dream is over. We've got to stop driving the bus, mate. It's over. There's not many beaches in Madrid. I don't get it. It is a mad one. Listen, I'd love him to stay, but we bought him for 14 mil. If someone comes at 80, 90 million quid, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Take it.
Business takes over at that point.
Yeah, it does. No, nobody here wants to go.
Come back talking nonsense now. Thank you for answering. He's a kid and won everything under Mill all day. That's the problem. He's won everything. I know we need two strikers. I agree with you, Andrew. We need two strikers. Can we have two top strikers, though? Name me another club who has two top strikers when they only play one, and then they're happy. That's the problem.
I think, though, we've proven that we don't need two top strikers. We've done the false nine. We did that for 2 seasons properly. City are used to kind of playing, quite rarely, quite frequently, players in different positions. So I think if we had to adapt if Alvarez was to go out the door, I don't see City signing a replacement for Alvarez this summer. I don't know about anybody else, but if he goes out the door, I really don't see City signing anybody to replace him. I would be really surprised if they did, to be honest.
So if Haaland got injured, would you play there?
I think there are a number of players who can play there, and they've proved that over the last few seasons when we played the false nine, Alan.
Okay. Fair enough.
I just do. Pep will make it work. It may not be perfect, but we know we can do it. And if any team on the planet can do it, it's City.
Can I ask a question? Pardo makes a very good point there. João Neves to PSG is nearly done, around about 70, 80 million quid. This is my thing. If City really wanted, take care, Danny. I'm so take care, mate. Speak to you soon. If City really wanted Neves, surely they'd have gone at 70, 80 million quid. So that's telling me straight away Neves wasn't first choice. Somebody else's first choice.
No, I think I personally think that I think he was, as we know, City have a number of players on a list, and we never know really who's the number one on that list. And I especially think that with this season, because of we're not sure if Pep's staying in after this current season coming up. So I think from the board's point of view, I think they were seriously looking at Neves as a player they could bring in, and if Pep goes, it doesn't matter because this is a young, up and coming, player that we can mould, has time to develop. Unlike Bruno, who is, wants to come in and play under Pep, has made that pretty clear, I think, behind the scenes, and he'll be coming in as a Pep player. So for me, there are a number of players on a number of lists.
Exactly. I've got to say, and you are spot on. But my thing is, and Pat's joining us now. Good evening, Pat.
Martin, gentlemen, how are we all?
Yeah. By the way, Blue White,
it's been too long.
Your neck out, mate. Really stick your neck out. Erling Haaland, no chance. Mate, he's the money man at City. He's the shirt seller. He's box office. Haaland is the guy, Blue Art. Whether we like that or not, Haaland is the main man. Alvarez doesn't sell shirts. Alvarez doesn't sell shirts. Haaland does.
Well, he probably sells shirts, Martin, but not to the level of Haaland, let's be honest.
No, Haaland's like level.
With Jack not far behind him.
Yeah, your Jow train has it some trouble. How are you, Pat? Long time no speak, mate.
Yeah, I know. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Is you and your green screen already over in Florida?
No. I'm waiting for you. You fly out.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, you might as well tell the lovely people out there.
Yeah. I'm not doing green screens out in America. Why are you bringing a green screen with you?
No, I've never needed a green screen.
Alvarez had 52 appearances last season. Not many. I agree, top of the league, but in what position, though? People forget KDB was injured for 6 months of the season. KDB will not be injured for 6 months next season.
So come on, Pat. We haven't heard from you in quite a while. Let's start with Savio. What do you think, mate? I mean, it came out of nowhere, so
Happy to see that it finally happened. Nice to see that the club's making some moves finally in the summer. But look, we've still got a long way to go. There's still a lot of pieces on the chessboard that need to be moved. We don't know what current players want to do. And to be honest, I've just got this feeling that we may see a lot of movement while the pre-season's on. It certainly won't be the first pre-season where we've seen a lot of movement. Look, at the end of the day, I just think everybody's a little bit apprehensive just with the whole FFP, PSR, whichever way you want to look at it. And I think everybody's sort of waiting to see who calls bluff, basically, if you want, for lack of a better word, because nobody's really ready yet to make absolute massive mega signings. I know United have made a little bit of progress with their two signings, but I mean they're in a more dire situation than any of the other big six clubs are. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. I still think what's happening with Newcastle and with Bruno is a little bit intriguing. And I took a little bit of that from what LB said on his show yesterday, where I believe there was a tweet that came out from Stefan Bornson about there's something like with the PSR, they're still at risk of being a few, like maybe 70 or 80 million quid out of deficit or something at the moment, and there was talk about possibly.
What it meant is suspended. If Newcastle wants to spend what they want to spend,
okay,
that's the problem. It's not the clear debt-wise are getting in trouble. I think where this is where some Newcastle fans are misunderstanding. These financial guys are not saying, "Oh, you're going to fail FFP." It's when Newcastle are getting linked with all these top players.
Yeah.
is they don't have that money there to do that.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Because
what
I was just curious. I was just curious to see that if they were in a position to sell, they might be holding out because they might have been seeing there was a possibility of maybe trying to get more money out of somebody, maybe trying to buy Alexander Isak. Like, for example, Arsenal have shown interest in him. So I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what they want to do, what their plans are going forward. I mean, you know, even if they do manage to keep Bruno, they still probably going to look at bolstering the depth with the uncertainty around Tonali at the moment. So I don't know. I mean, without risk of this sounding like a Magpie channel, but I think what they plan to do might determine what we do in a way for this transfer window. So I'm going to wait and see what happens. But that's saying that too, I'm also keen to see what the youngsters can do out at pre-season as well. I know, Martin, you and I said we were going to be on Savio watch when we're in Orlando, but that's probably not going to happen now. Not anymore, obviously. So I'm going to run it by you. I think if there was one player I'd certainly like to keep an eye on, given everything that's happening with Rodri back up, and you know who's going to come in to help to assist with Rodri, you know, with his game time and things like that. I think it might be worth a shout actually having a look at possibly seeing what Jacob Wright can bring in the pre-season, because they do regard him highly. I don't know if he's quite ready yet, but they do rate him highly. There's a lot going for the young lad, and I don't know if you noticed it too. I think Asan said it on one of their shows a couple of weeks ago that he just recently signed a contract with Jay-Z Sporting Agency. So I mean, if you've got Jay-Z Sporting Agency knocking on the door, it means they must think pretty highly of him. So I'll be curious to see what their plans. I'll be curious to see what their plans are with Jacob Wright, but you know, he's a possibility of someone who they might look at trying to might be the next academy prospect they might try to bring through the ranks.
No, it's not just that. They've got big plans for Ndala, big plans for what's his name? I mentioned him earlier. Who was it? Ndala, Soho, Nico Riley. There's big thoughts on him as well.
Yeah.
So there is major ideas moving forward.
I hope some of these youngsters make it. Then we don't have to spend millions in the transfer window. But you know, I just want them to be given an opportunity because it's good for us. It's good for us.
Yeah, Alan, I think it helps if we speak to someone who probably has a little bit more experience in the academy than all four of us. But from what it appears as though Jacob Wright would be the one that's most likely to be able to get to move up in the ranks in a way. So be curious to see what happens there. And I think if there was one player I was really going to keep an eye on for these 3 or 4 matches, it would probably be Jacob Wright. I'll definitely keep an eye on him for the fixtures. I'll be over there from next week.
Yeah, you are right, Pat. They do think of him highly, and even Pep is very impressed with him to the point of where, you know, he could be the next Rico that moves up.
There's only, by the way, Andrew, you made a great point. There is only level 5 now available for Community Shield. All of the lower sections and level 2 Club Wembley's gone. I think there might be a little bit in Club Wembley, but it's generally your upper levels now where you've got to go for the Community Shield.
Are you going to the Community Shield, Martin?
Nope, because I come off a plane Wednesday, Thursday. I've not got the energy to then roam down to London 2 days later. So I've sold it on to family. Family are going.
That's a no for me as well too, Alan. I'm not going.
I know loads who are not going.
Yeah, you can take it or leave it with the Charter Shield, let's be honest.
No, mate, you know my record with going to derbies live, mate. I just don't go near them anymore.
Big up, Daniel, by the way, for being a member for 13 months. You are amazing. Thank you, mate.
Well.
I mean, can I ask you? I mean, it's a weird one.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
That's a question. I know it's me and Martin just spoke about it. Patrick, what would you do at the moment with the Kyle Walker situation if someone came in for an offer with him? Would you look to sell and buy a right fullback now or next year?
Oh, if somebody came in and wanted him for this summer, I wouldn't let him go until we knew we had somebody else coming through the door to replace him.
Do we try and buy a right full-back now or next year?
Buy one now, mate.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you take away Walker, what's the depth? You got Rico Lewis, who's more of a midfielder than a right back, and then you've got Akanji, who's not a natural right back. He can do a job. But he's not a natural right back. So
Akanji's amazing at right back.
No, but he's not naturally a right back, and you need depth. You need more depth than just a recognised centre back playing right back.
They're not going to buy a right back this summer, mate, unless Walker does go.
Yeah,
They just don't have the room.
Yeah, Walker's just one of those things. He's a one in, one out player. If he goes, somebody else has to replace him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
Who I don't know because I don't know what the right back class is going to be like for this summer either.
It's one of them. The trouble is, there's a lot of open. Do you do a United and go and buy an 18-year-old who's got 1 year left in his deal and spend 60-odd million on him and give him 150 grand a week? Or do you keep your powder dry and just wait? Because for me, I don't ever see. This is why I laugh at United. They have a comedy club that keep on giving. They go from the sublime to the ridiculous. They go from buying overage pensioners at 33 because they've got a few million Instagram followers, pay them a shit ton wheelbarrow full of fortunes and money, and then they go from the sublime and then they go to the ridiculous and give an 18-year-old who has got 1 year left in his deal 150 grand a week and pay 60 odd million euros to get it.
Keeping in mind too, mate, he signed from a league that can't even get a TV sponsorship deal in place.
It's like, come on, play the game, man. Yeah. And by the way, he was literally twerking for Real Madrid for 3 months, and the only reason he's gone to United is because Real Madrid said, "Now we'll wait."
Yep.
I'm going to sound crass here, and I do apologise. United are basically the person in the background. The lady has gone to a dance. The guy has gone up to the lady. The lady said, "Nah, don't fancy you. Got me eyeing somebody else over there." She goes over to onto her first choice. He says, "Nah, come back to me in a year or two." And then she goes back to the other guy who she rejected initially. And that guy goes, "Oh, yes, I don't mind being the second."
But United fans online are spinning it as though we beat Real Madrid to this player.
Yeah, because that's how desperate they've become.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying this man he's not got potential. What we're saying is you are making him out to be Marco van Basten. Get back in your box.
Well, you can say that about every side United player that United make. Every time someone wears that red shirt, they've gone from village standard to world class overnight, because that's the way United fans see it.
But also, Alan, they have turned really good players into really bad players. Like it's unbelievable the amount of talent that has gone into that club, and then completely fallen off the edge.
Do you know what I would like for them to have a really bad start again? Tonight gets booted, and they bring in Southgate. I'll be roaring laughing.
Do you know what makes me laugh as well? Do you know how desperate they are over the road? They announce Euro 2 hours after we've announced Savio. You sad little cretins. You are so sad. Instead of announcing Euro tomorrow, you do it today to try and one-up Manchester City. You are so everything that we were 20 years ago. You have become Manchester City from 20 years ago, and you don't see it. We become you, and you become us. Now I understand why United laughed at us 20 years ago. I fully understand it now, because that's what you become, what we were 20 years ago. The difference is we had a little bit of class 20 years ago. You've got lots of class, and it's all low.
Yeah, they've still got the class of 92, Martin.
Anyway, Andrew wants to know, when are you next over at the Tunnel Club, Alan? Because that's the only place you go and sit.
Cheeky bugger. I'll be over there in May for the last 4 games I'm coming for.
James
Which
Maxey will be
which
giving
season's
up.
that? 2028.
Pardon?
I'm looking forward to seeing Maxey, by the way.
I said, which season's that, Alan? 2028.
No, this season.
No, fair enough. Fair play to you.
We are going to end in the next 5 minutes, but is it Cabora? Possibly a shout, or no? Time to move on, because there was links to Everton for Izzy Cabora, but that never happened.
I think as a player, like I wouldn't mind him like coming in and see what he could do. Do you know what I mean? Because I think he's done well for the clubs that he's played at. I don't think he's done a bad job, Mike. I don't think he's.
How many Luton games did you watch last season? Come on.
The games they played against us.
Which was only one, I think. Right. No, it was none. Because he was loaned.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I was letting him go with it for 5 minutes.
So you watched the whole...
When has he watched him play? Yeah. Unless he's watched Luton more than he's watched... he's going to tell me he's a closet Luton fan now.
But he's the loan. He didn't even play, mate. So Ozzy was watching a whole load of nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're watching, Ozzy, but listen. No, but it's like the young Couto. City don't rate him. I just think I don't see Cabora or young Couto. Because young Couto's potentially going out to
Dortmund.
Oh, where the frick? Thank you, Borussia Dortmund.
But again, we obviously rate him in some way because there's still a conflict of interest between what the transfer fee should be. Because we rate him at something like 30 or 40 million euro, and Dortmund don't want to go a penny over 25 million euro. I believe that's according to reports.
I think City are definitely looking between 40 and even not more, to be honest, Pat. And to be honest, I can't understand why we're not trying to give him a chance because his link-up play with Savio, for Drone last season was remarkable. So why wouldn't you want to try and replicate that at City? I just don't understand.
Do you know what I find interesting too is Youngster in the last few years has had interest from Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen, and Benfica. What are they all known as? 3 clubs that have some of the best youth and player development in all of Europe. Isn't that enough to suggest that City should actually give him a go? Considering half the time when we're looking for the next big up-and-coming talent, they're usually the 3 clubs that we're probably looking at for the next big thing. So I can't understand why we shouldn't give him a go. We should certainly at least give him a go in all 4 matches of pre-season and then go from there. If Pep's not sold on him, then that's fine. I trust Pep more than anything. But if they're looking to just sell him straight away and then just obviously, it's more academy or loan funds we have for the next big signing, then I don't know. I think there's a good enough player there for him to definitely have a go. As long as he's committed to right wing back duties and not right back duties, I think we'll see a great player. But if you're asking him to be more defensive, and let's be honest, I think a player like him has to in England than anywhere in continental Europe. I'm not too sure. But if you're allowing him to play more, spend more time bombing forward and playing overlaps with Savio, then I think you're going to see the absolute perfect player. But if you're asking him to do right back and defensive duties, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
We just got a bit of a glitch then. I do apologise. There was a glitch.
Are you trying to wind up? Are you trying to wind up Newcastle fans?
There's a glitch. What? There's a glitch. We're glitching. What's going on? There's a glitch. There's a glitch.
In the chat.
There's a glitch.
Oh, Pat. He's trying to be funny.
Wait, did we get a bite? There we go. All I'm going to say is...
I thought Pep was scanning an item at Tesco.
Who's that player? Answer in the comments, ladies and gents. Who's the person asking Pep to come and get me? Who is it? Anyone know? Anyone know?
Is that Faustino Esprilla?
What's his name?
Robert Lee. Alan Shearer.
Question for you.
Hugo Viana.
Question. If Savio and potentially a certain player that appeared on screen just come in, and that is the end of our business for the window.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Well, yeah. How are you feeling about it? Martin's done.
And Martin, you know what would make a 10 out of 10 if we can sell Cancelo and Calvin Phillips.
Correct.
Oh no, I'll show you. Yeah, there will be one.
Yeah.
So
So for now, if we got Bruno and Savio, it'd be 9 out of 10.
the
And
information
Calvin
I've
Phillips
got
out the door would make it 10 out of 10.
The information I've been told this evening, and I friggin' hate this. If Bruno happens, it's going to happen while I'm in America.
Oh, that's a relief.
It friggin' isn't.
Look
It's not a relief. Because here's the thing, we were joking. Luke TV's away next week. LB's going to Spain next week. I'm away. Pat's away. There's another City channel going on a hiatus for a week as well. So if Bruno signs next week, good luck to where you're getting any of that news from, because we're all away.
He won't say. That'll drag on till the end of the transfer window. I'll tell you that.
Well, if it's next week, I am around, and that means probably Alan will be around. So it means it will probably have to be me and Alan. God help me. That's all.
So all I'm going to say is,
Guys,
you know,
I've got to bounce. Sorry, Alan. Guys, I've got to bounce. I've got to get back to work. But yeah, good talking to everybody. Glad to be back on for a little bit.
I'll see you soon, Matt.
Yeah, I'll message you. I'll message you when I get into New York on Wednesday morning local time. But if there's anybody out there in the chat who's going to be in New York for preseason, please get in touch with me, and I'll be looking forward to having a pint or two with you.
Yeah, we will have a part or two, and chicken and waffles,
Mostly waffle,
burger, whatever you want. We'll have a couple of brewskis, and we'll enjoy.
Absolutely. Hey,
I just said I'll see you in America, mate.
Of course, yeah. You and your green screen. See you, mate.
Miss you, Pat.
Don't know what green screen. By the way, I've not even got my ticket yet. Pat is holding my ticket, but it's up to Pat whether I get in the stadium or not on this day. What I did find out,
yourself, Martin.
I've now had to pay $25 for a bus from the Orlando OSC to the stadium. The match doesn't kick off till 7:30. Do you know what time the bus is leaving to go to the stadium? 5 p.m. I don't know what the hell takes 2 hours to get to a stadium.
It probably doesn't. You probably have to stand outside for 2.5 hours.
No, they open early in America. They open very early in America, their stadiums. Lazili doesn't rate him. Well, all I'm going to say is, I'm going to end on this, ladies and gents. Today, Manchester City have brought in Savio, 26.
Look at those ears. Look at them.
And coming to the Etihad very, very soon. Let me just get it. Oh, there's another glitch. Hang on, we're glitching again. We're glitching. Come and get me. City are coming. City are coming. Whether we come with a big enough offer,
time will tell.
Remains to be seen. Can Ozzy, Pat, or Alan run the channel when Martin is gone? No, because me and Pat are here. Me and Pat are in America, and Rich is away. Alan, I wouldn't trust to run a bath. And Ozzy will be getting, it's coming soon anyway, but Ozzy will be given carte blanche to go on his own. We just need to, what we need to do is sit down and arrange a time where I can go through all the necessary training for that to happen. Because believe it or not, I know people think this is switch on and click. I know everyone thinks this is click and go to get going, but it's really not. I wish it was. Trust me.
I'm available, Ozzy, if you need me, pal. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, if it breaks next week, Alan, we'll look at that. If Martin's can do.
No, there will be a stream. If anything breaks, I'll come live on my mobile. I promise.
I've got the phone number, mate.
But we're not going to miss anything. If anything breaks of any significance, and it won't be a rumor, we're going to come live if it is concrete. Not coming because Jill from Bill and Ben down the road has said there's a meeting. No, it will be concrete. concrete stuff that we go live with.
ITK.
Yeah, I'm not getting bollocks off the missus if I can't get bollocks off the missus for it may or may not.
And she will.
But I can't promise you I won't be in a Speedo with a cocktail in the hand. That's just killed it. The Aussie show.
Numbers. The Aussie show. I like it.
Doubt you'll have to go live from the Hulk roller coaster.
That'll be funny. I want to see that.
You know what? My son is trying to beg me to spend £25 on Wi-Fi on Virgin Atlantic. I'm like, no, you don't need Wi-Fi on a plane. Stop asking. You don't need Wi-Fi on a plane. You're not going to.
Why not? I've got it.
He's 14. Who is he going to be texting or messaging at 14? And why does he need Wi-Fi?
Everyone needs Wi-Fi, Martin. I'm getting Wi-Fi.
He can go 9 hours and not speak to his friends.
Of course he can, but he's not gonna.
Oh dear. Oh, good to know. Doubt you'll be live yet. We've done that one. Save Travels. Thank you, Ivana. I wonder if Newcastle would want McAtee. Listen, I've said it again. I'm not saying that he's coming. I'm saying the bid will come. Just gone blind with the thought, man. Jesus Christ, I'm not like ugly. Wow. That would be a challenge. What the hell? What the hell? I was going to do a Twitter space, but you can all kiss me ass now.
I think we'll probably see enough for that in the next
Apparently, they don't want to kiss me ass. I'm ugly. Yes, there will be a Twitter space in half an hour. Well, I'm really going to go get my coat this time. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the USA. You will love it. Oh, I've been many times, Dash. I know I'm going to love it, mate. I'm excited because my children and my wife have not seen America before. I cannot wait to get them over. Cannot wait to get them over.
I think the only person who's not going to be there is Alan. Alan, you're not going to the States.
I don't want to go to the States. I'm not a fan of
Right,
it.
Alan, shut up.
What's up with it now?
But what you have to? I wouldn't want to go to the States.
I don't.
That's fine.
I think you would wonder what you were going to say after that.
No, I wasn't. Don't worry. I'm not going to.
No, but people already can guess what you're going to say. Will you comment, Alan?
No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of it. That's all I'm saying to you.
That's fair enough.
You said it, Andrew. You said it. He's going to have to get no, seriously, Alan's going to have to get a filter because this channel is getting an official sponsor from August.
I've not said a word. Ozzy, have I said a word? That I've not offended anybody tonight. Not one person.
I don't know. I think you might have offended Savio with his ears comment, but you know.
Oh, that's funny. It just looked like Dr. Spock.
Dr. Spock.
What we call it?
Don't
Spock.
talk about me ever again, or there'll be consequences. You get in bed.
That's brilliant. That's just weird. Oh, this is comedy gold.
Why are you not in bed?
Consequences. I like that.
I know. He has to go at me and does that, eh?
Sorry. Let me just put him in a timeout. That's the freaking mods. Put user in a timeout. There we go. That's you timed out. Oh no, I didn't want to ban him. Oh shit.
He's banned his own song quality.
Whoops! I didn't want to ban him. Let me unban him. Hang on. How do we unban him? Right, I'm going to have to figure this out. We will see you all in 3 weeks. I am going to go. I haven't banned him. I didn't want to ban him. I was trying to unban him. I don't know how I'll get him unbanned. I'll figure that out. And I've got someone else. Right. Anyway, we'll see you all in 3 weeks. We will be back for the Community Shield preview. And we will be back for our predictions as well Ozzy's going to have to do his pre-recorded because Ozzy's then going away. Oh, as we come back, Ozzy then goes away, which is ironic.
No, I go out in a couple of weeks, mate.
Oh, that's what I mean. Ships in the night.
Yeah.
So let Keaton host. Not letting a 14, 15-year-old loose on YouTube. Jesus, no. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Smash them likes. We'll be back. We will do something. There will be a live stream on Tuesday, the 30th of August, live from Orlando, camping, whatever it is, arena. Me and Pat will do a live show, live from the stadium. Ed, Mancunian Ed, will be with us. I don't know what he looks like because he's told me he's 6'7". So, yeah, we'll see you all. The next time you see me, there'll be no green screen. It'll just be lovely, sunshiny palm trees.
Don't forget to take your cap with you, Martin. You get sunburned.
Yeah. So I want to say a massive thank you. We'll do something during. There may be a couple of shorts as well. Anything breaks in terms of news, we will be live. I promise you, we'll figure something out. But yeah, thank you all. You're all amazing. Big up to Ozzy and Alan. Big up to Pat for joining in. And we'll see you all very, very soon. Enjoy. Take care.
Have a good holiday, Martin.